Play the land, Experimental Overload. For Kazuul's Fury, get a 26/26 and throw it at your face. It's the weird win, but it's a win. Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and you can pre-order Commander Legends now over at cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week, for the first time in a minute, we are heading to our new and improved standard format, and we're playing a deck I'm really excited about. I'm calling it Izzet Rielle, but really, it's kind of like this Izzet draw 2 spell Fling style deck that is a really sweet Kazuul's Fury combo kill. You might remember last week, we played Fling Affinity in Modern, and the deck was really good, but we didn't actually get a Fling kill. So I really want to get a Fling kill on Budget Magic. Also worth noting, the deck on Arena, 3 Mythics and 10 Rares, including everything. Sideboard mana base, so pretty cheap on Arena, super cheap in paper at $41, 10 takes on Moto, so cheap everywhere, built with Arena budgets in mind. So anyway, let's talk about Izzet Rielle, see the deck in action. So we're starting with the card I'm most excited for, Kazuul's Fury, and I really love this card. The power of Kazuul's Fury is it allows you to play a Fling effect, which is normally just too inconsistent to put in your main deck for most decks, and you can play it in your main deck as a 4-of because it also counts as a land. So worst case, you just play as a land. Best case, in the late game, you fling something at your opponent's face and win the game, and this deck is very built around Fling. So we have a bunch of effects like Rielle that get power based on the number of instants and sorceries in our graveyard. And our deck has a lot of instants and sorceries, a lot of ways to discard them and draw them and churn through our deck, so we can actually get a Rielle up to 20 power in the late game, although usually 10-ish will do. We get in like 1 attack and then get the Fling kill. Rielle also gives us even more card draw. When you see our card draw package, we have like Cathartic Reunion, Thrill of Possibility, effects that make us discard cards, and then we get even more card draw thanks to Rielle. Backing up Rielle, we have 1 Kinetic Augur, which again, very similar to Rielle, power and toughness equal the number of instants and sorceries in our graveyard, so grows just as big as Rielle, also curves well with Rielle. When it comes into play, you get to discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. It's a 4-drop, so you can play Rielle on 3, Kinetic Augur on 4, discard some cards, draw cards with Rielle, and then draw cards from Kinetic Augur, plus it has trample, so if you make it big, you can maybe one-shot opponents with combat damage. Then we have Experimental Overload, which has upsides and downsides. 4 mana, you get an XX weird token, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, then you can return an instant and sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. So downside of Experimental Overload is its power and toughness is set when it resolves. So if we have 8 instants and sorceries in our graveyard, it's going to be an 8/8, even if we get more instants and sorceries in the graveyard later. Rielle and Kinetic Augur keep growing as we get more spells in our graveyard. Experimental Overload is basically a set power and toughness. On the other hand, it does open up a really sweet trick in the late game. Because it can return an instant or sorcery from our graveyard to your hand, that means it can return Kazuul's Fury. So we can use our Cathartic Reunions or whatever to discard Kazuul's Fury in the early game. In the late game, get a bunch of spells in our graveyard, get up to 7 mana, Experimental Overload, make a massive token, get back Kazuul's Fury, immediately fling the token at our opponent's face, and win essentially on an empty board by surprise, with our opponent definitely not expecting to be flugged to death. So those are our main payoffs. Then we have our card draw effects. We have Cathartic Reunion, just discard and draw, works with Rielle, Thrill of Possibility, kind of like a less drawy but instant speed Cathartic Reunion. We have some ops, we have Frantic Inventories, which don't work directly with Rielle, but are still cheap card draw effects to get in the graveyard. Because we have all this card draw, we also have a couple of draw 2 payoffs. Ironcrake Pyromancer, whenever we draw our second card each turn, I guess a Lightning Bolt something, and it's especially good against aggro decks. If our opponent's just playing random creatures, Ironcrake Pyromancer can dominate the game by itself by just shooting down our opponent's stuff every turn. Then Improbable Alliance just makes a token when we draw our second card each turn, and if we get up to 6 mana, we can loot, which then triggers Rielle to draw us even more cards. Finally, because we have all these spells in the graveyard, we get Blitz of the Thunder Raptor as a removal spell. Not great on turn 2. Turn 2, it's usually not doing anything, but once we get to turn 3, 4, 5, cast some Cathartic Reunions, get Rielle going or whatever, it pretty much kills anything for 2 mana, including Planeswalkers, which is nice. And then Neutralize gives us a counter spell kill it. We can also cycle to trigger Rielle, to draw an extra card to trigger our draw 2 stuff. Mana base wise, Kazuul's Fury counts as a land. We have Riverglide Pathway as our rare land, Swiftwater Cliffs as our budget land, some basic lands. In the sideboard, bunch of removal and a Sweeper and Storm's Wrath for aggro, bunch of counters for control decks, and that is Izzet or Rielle, Fling for standard, and that's our budget magic deck for this week. So can we finally get the Kazuul's Fury Fling kill? Will the plan work? How many cards can we draw? Let's jump into the game, see it in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. All right, budget magic time. We are standarding this week. We are Rielling. I like Riley better personally. Like if I had to choose, but Rielle, I guess. Is it card draw, card discard, Rielle, shenanigans, and this one's fine. I mean, we got Rielle, we got a Ironcrate Pyromancer, and card draw, and a Fling, which we're probably gonna end up playing as a land. But what do we got? Some holiday sleeves over here, huh? Yeah, I mean this is fine. This is fine. We'll take it. Sweetwater Cliffs, go. Edgewall Innkeeper. Do we want to hold on to the Fling? Are we going to want it as a land? Yeah, let's just play it. That's fine. Pass the turn. Well, I think step one's going to be get down Pyromancer to start shooting down Innkeepers and such. Actually, it might be better to wait. We might just Rielle next turn, and then the following turn we can Pyromancer and opt and immediately kill Innkeeper. Ooh, green-white, eh? Alright, here comes a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah. Opponent gets and hits us. Sure. We will play an island, play Rielle, and pass the turn. So opponent is going to get to draw a card, it looks like, off this Innkeeper, if they just run out the Lovestruck Beast. But then we do get to kill it the following turn. And once we find like a Cathartic Reunion, we're going to draw many, many cards if Rielle lives here. And we do have the full 4 Flings in the deck, or Kazuul's Furies in the deck, so we will find another one sooner or later. Opponent. This Pyromancer is probably going to be insane if our opponent can't kill it. Alright, so there's a Lovestruck Beast. Opponent draws a card. Sure. However, there's bad news for our opponent, and that bad news is we're going to start killing things. Ooh, another Rielle. Alright, so we will just play Pathway on blue, Pyromancer, opt, land to the bottom. Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. Kill Innkeeper. No attack. So we take a little bit of a beating this turn, but next turn, we got the Thrill of Possibility, and we still have the Pyromancer. Oh, this is going to be really good. Okay. Opponent gets and hits us. No blocks. So we get to Frantic Inventory main phase. Shoot down the token. Play an island. Pass the turn. We can thrill it instant speed to kill something else. Alright, Questing Beast is obnoxious, although thankfully it doesn't turn on the Lovestruck Beast. So we will Thrill of Possibility. Discard a mountain. Draw 3. Oh, so many Rielles. Hit your face, I guess. Gonna need to find an actual removal spell. Let's opt. Overload. I mean, that does make a pretty big token. That might be worth it. Alright, we'll keep it. Actually, we can just block, can't we? Alright, let's just block Questing Beast. Play another Rielle. Cathartic Reunion, discard land in a Kazuul's Fury. Draw many a card. Hit our opponent's face. So many Furies. Pathway on blue. No attacks. Okay. Can they make a 1/1? Opponent plays a land. Alright, there's the 1/1 for the Lovestruck Beast. There's another Lovestruck Beast. Opponent goes attacking. We kill a Lovestruck Beast. Drop to 10. But we get to Rielle 3. We get to Cathartic Reunion. Discard a Fury and a land. Shoot down the 1/1. Play an island. Pass the turn. So his Frantic Inventory is a draw to at instant speed. So we can kill a 1/1 if we have to. Ooh, untap land. A Miria's Call. Okay. Well, let's draw some cards. We might be able to just get the Fling kill. Oh, we can definitely get the Fling kill. Hit our opponent's face! Okay, fling him. Kazuul's Fury. You. Rielle, you have done your job, and that'll do it. That went pretty well. That went super. I mean, that's what we imagined the deck doing. Just casting spells, churning through the deck, eventually throwing something at our opponent's face, and it worked that time. All right, so Soul Sear's in, and that might actually be it. Soul Sear's in. Thundering Rebuke doesn't get rid of those Love-Struck beasts, and nor does Storm's Wrath. Could bring in a Shock or two, maybe, just to have cheap Innkeeper removal. Question's going to be, what do we go down? That's always the tough part. Maybe go down one Neutralize. It doesn't feel like the most essential Neutralize matchup. Go down a Neutralize, go down... maybe we go one Shock, go down one Cathartic Reunion, and... how good is Improbable Alliance? Let's go down one Alliance, run it like that. Alliance doesn't block Questing Beast, which is a drawback. Not a deal breaker, but... well, let's do that again. It actually caught me by surprise how quickly we could win there. Like, I wasn't really thinking. We were just, like, hitting our opponent's face with a Pyromancer because there wasn't any other good target. And then all of a sudden our opponent's, like, at 8, and we have a Fling, and we have a Rielle, and that is the game. Well, all right, we'll keep it. Go Improbable Alliances. Opponent, Love-Struck Beast token. Well, tap land, go. Opponent. Untap land, Luminarch Aspirant. Well, we are going to have to kill that eventually. Opponent hits us. Well, Pathway and Improbable Alliance. Opponent. Yeah, we're off to a bit slower start here. Now we see this Aspirant. Maybe we should be bringing in Shocks. Scavenging Ooze for our opponent. Grows it, hits us. Yeah, that's not great. Well, we draw a Pathway. We play a Pathway. Ooh. Yeah, play Pyromancer. Still not the fastest of starts. Opponent, untap land. Questing Beast, okay. Yeah, the opponent's off to the curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are down to 8, and that is bad. Bad. So we will Thrill of Possibility. Discard Neutralize. Oh, boy. Tap lands. Stacking up. Well, kill the Luminarch Aspirant. Make a 1-1. Swiftwater Cliffs. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to survive this. Opponent. Another Aspirant. And a land. And a Love-Struck Beast, I assume. Gonna start eating our spells, which powers down our blitzes. Yeah, that's not good news. Yeah, eats a spell, eats the spell. Okay. Yeah, this Questing Beast is the issue. It's gonna be hard to actually kill it. Or block it. With this, ooze going off, and we're dead to it next turn? Ugh, that's very bad. We draw Frantic Inventory. Well, we will cast Frantic Inventory. Oh, it doesn't do it. Hit a Questing Beast. Yeah, that Scavenging Ooze was really good for our opponent. Frantic Inventory. Yeah, alright. Well, thankfully, we're on the play for game 3, and we got a peek at what our opponent's doing. A little bit more of a peek, and as a result, I think we do want Storm's Wrath. We'll go down... you know what, maybe we just go down more Neutralizes. Maybe we don't play any counters in this matchup. Maybe it's just not worth it. Alright, I don't like that. Please don't Great Hand us. That's the main thing that we would want to neutralize, I think. Being on the play is pretty helpful, though. And having a bit more removal and actual sweepers should also be helpful. Well, alright, we'll keep. Land, go. Probably going to opt here, I think. Opponent, tap land. Well, we will opt. Keep the island. Play the land. Play Improbable Alliance past the turn. Opponent. We want to get the Pyromancer going as quickly as possible. Opponent makes a Love-Struck Beast token. Passes. Well, land and Pyromancer. Go. Well, if our opponent can't kill it, this is going to start killing our opponent's stuff. Can't fight it at the moment. Innkeeper, sure. Well, that's a good thing to kill. Giant Killer. Alright, opponent's just going to try to draw a card while they can. No attacks. Well, let's... how do we do this? Let's opt, see what we find. Pathway. Do we keep it? Yeah, let's go bottom. Make a token, shoot down the innkeeper. Cathartic Reunion. Discard Fury and Frantic Inventory. Riverglide Pathway. Go. Alright, opponent finds a tap land. That means no Lovestruck Beast yet. Bronzehide Lion. Huh. That dies to 3 damage. Opponent attacks. We will block and block. And I kind of like where we're at now. Let's opt. Keep Rielle for sure. Oh boy, if we draw land. If we draw an untapped land. Ooh, Frantic Inventory. Well, that's also good. We will Cathartic Reunion. Discard and discard. Draw some cards. Make a token. Shoot the Bronzehide. Oh boy, this Pyromancer is going off. Sure. I mean, we don't really care about that. We will pass the turn for now. No attacks. Frantic Inventory is a draw 2 now, so it triggers everything at our opponent's turn. Innkeeper. Yeah. Well, that'll die. Opponent passes. Well, let's inventory. Draw 2. Make a token. Shoot down the Innkeeper. Untap. Pathway on red. Pyromancer. And this one might be over now. We don't even need the Rielle at the moment. All we need is these Pyromancers. These Pyromancers are going off. Opponent. Questing Beast. Oh, opponent. I know you were so excited about that, but we will draw some cards. Boy, we're actually close to just... let's kill it. We're almost to the point of just winning with Rielle, but not quite. Actually, if we hit with all the tokens, well, play Improbable Alliance number 2. Play Pathway. Actually, let's play Kazuul's Fury. We already have 1. Go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. Hit ya. And I think we're just set up to win next turn. Like, I think the Rielle Fling kill is going to work. Elspeth conquers death for our opponent. Well, Frantic Inventory. Draw infinite. Get some triggers. Hit our opponent. Hit our opponent. Lose a Pyromancer. Rielle up to 11 power, which I think means death and destruction for our opponent. Rielle's so good. We'll play Rielle. Fling Rielle. And 11, yeah? Oh boy. Well, that seems like a ridiculously good matchup. Especially if we're on the play. They did get us on the draw, but good God. Against a creature deck like this, Ironcrake Pyromancer was obscene. Like, it was ridiculous. Why does no one ever play Ironcrake Pyromancer? Wow. It just controlled the board. It just controlled everything. And then eventually the Fling comes through. Sweet. That was a good one. That was super good. Sweet, sweet. All right. Budget Magic time. We are Rielling in Standard this week, and see what our opponent's up to. Ashiok's concerning. That makes me think some sort of alright, maybe not a control deck. Looks like Adventures. Well, Kazuul's Fury, go. So we do need to hit some lands, but we have a lot of what we want. Alright, looks like Gruul. Opponent gets and hits us. Alright. Improbable Alliance, go. Opponent stomps our face. Land, and boom, Crusher Giant, sure. Draws a card. Hits us. Well, I mean, we're going for it. We'll see. If they can kill Rielle, it's pretty annoying. As long as they can't, things are sweet. Opponent hits us. No blocks. Is this Embercleave already? Looks like. Alright, so opponent's off to quite the start here. Well, we will Cathartic Reunion. I don't think this is going to work, though, unfortunately. Discard and discard. We get to draw a bunch of cards, but our blitz isn't big enough to kill anything. Huh. Yeah, alright. Well, I guess we got cleaved. Thankfully, we're on the play for game 3. Opponent just had, I guess the Embercleave Dream there. So we will bring in 2 Thundering Rebukes, 2 Storm's Wraths. Actually, let's go Soul Seers. Go down a Neutralize. Go down a Cathartic Reunion, an Improbable Alliance, and... one more Neutralize. Run it like that. Well, that was a quick one. Opponent just had the Embercleave Dream there. Now we get to play first. Well, Tapland Tribal, but I guess we'll try it. Opponent... Mulliganing. Looking for Embercleave, I'm sure. Swiftwater Cliffs. Go. Opponent plays a land and Innkeeper. Alright. Well, we will opt. Keep an island. Play Kazuul's Fury, pass the turn. Opponent plays a forest, hits us for 1. Well, we will play a land in Rielle. And let's see what removal they got. If we can even get 1 turn with Rielle here, it's going to be pretty good. Opponent passes. Well, Cathartic Reunion. Discard Improbable Alliance and... Yeah, let's go Thrill for now. Draw some cards. Draw some more cards. Play a... Island. Kill the Innkeeper. Get in for 4. Down to 17. Ooh, Embercleave on Rielle would be sweet. We don't have the creatures to make it happen, but opponent has a questing beast. Gets and hits us. Sure. I'll play the land. Blitz a questing beast. Hit you for 5. Pass the turn. Opponent. Tap land. Questing beast. Well, we will Soul Seer Questing Beast. Play the land, Experimental Overload, get back, Cathartic Reunion. And opponent, done, diddly done, skips it up. Alright. Well, as bad as game 1 went for us is as good as game 2 went for us. No middle ground. We're either getting stomped or stomping, apparently. Alright, neutralize down, shock in. And maybe 1 more shock. I think being on the draw, we need to maximize our... I guess we can go down the Augur. I think we need to maximize our ability to kill Edgewell Innkeeper immediately. And shock helps there. Because if we get stabilized, we have some really good removal. And if we can get Pyromancer going, then we have a ridiculous amount of removal. But not getting drowned by a Edgewell Innkeeper before we get going would be nice. Ooh. Alright. Well, this is an interesting hand. We have 2 cards that don't do anything immediately. We're going to keep this based almost exclusively on the Stormwrath, hopefully being very good. Opponent, mulligans for... Ooh, not an Innkeeper, Lovestruck Beast. Oh, Fury go. Opponent plays a land. Well, oh dear. Those 5/5s are going to be a problem. Opponent hits us. And passes. Well, island go. So slow. Forest and a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, not being able to kill the 5/5s with the Stormwrath is probably going to be the death of us. That is not exactly how we were hoping this draw was going to go. Well, I guess we got to pass. So I guess we still have to try to Storm's Wrath and hope that we can keep 1/1s off the battlefield. If our opponent can play more 1/1s. Oh, God. All right. Well, that's also bad. Opponent gets in for 7. Hits us. Yeah, that's going to make things super difficult. Down to 10. Well, land Storm's Wrath. We get rid of the 1/1s, but the Lovestruck Beast remains. And our opponent is going to draw many a card, unfortunately. Oh, cool, boy. That was like the one way they could turn on Lovestruck Beast with the Great Henge out is to have the 3rd Lovestruck Beast, but they had the 3rd Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. Well, we dropped to 5, and we might just be dead now. Seeming likely. Well, we have another Storm's Wrath. Hooray. But there's a Great Henge and a million other things that are very bad for us. So I think we're probably still dead. The triple Lovestruck Beast draw is just so good. Opponent has a Stomp. And Lovestruck Beast Part 20. Yeah. And Kazandu Mammoth. Well, drawing 3 Lovestruck Beasts is pretty good. Pretty good. Opponent hits a land. Sure. And yeah, this one looks pretty over now. You can see the play-draw difference. If we're on the play, we just kill all of our opponent's stuff and win. If we're on the draw, especially with that draw that our opponent had, with triple Lovestruck Beast, not much we can do about that. All right, budget magic time. We are Rielling in Standard. Izzet? Boy, this would be the greediest keep in the history of keeps. We have a Kazuul's Fury. Our only land is a Fling. I think we gotta just mulligan. Too greedy, too greedy. Well, okay. This has a lot of tap lands, but I guess that's fine. Neutralize to the bottom? I mean, our deck does mulligan fairly well, although all tap lands is not great. Well, boom, winning, cheaty lands, up to 22. Drawing an actual land so we can play something would be super helpful here. Opponent gets and hits us. I mean, I guess we can Improbable Alliance. Haha, okay. This is very good. Iron Gray Pyromancer should be spectacular. 4 toughness is a good number. Phoenix of Ash, sure. Opponent gets and hits us. Sure. We'll play Kazuul's Fury as a land. Oh, how greedy are we? How greedy are... You know what? Oh, boy. They could have Embercleave. Oh, it's... Oh, you know what? We're gonna risk it. We're gonna play Rielle and pass, and hopefully take our beats, and then hopefully just go off next turn. Like, off to the max if our stuff lives. Like, we can thrill on our turn and thrill on our opponent's turn, and it's absurd. Like, even if they Embercleave, we take a big hit, which is not good. But then the Pyromancer can shoot down whatever's wearing the Embercleave. Ooh, a Crowan War. Alright, that was not expected. Well, I guess in that case we block. Yeah, we did kind of want that. Well, play Improbable Alliance. Thrill a Possibility. Discard Fury. Draw some cards. Play a land past the turn. Whew, will it be enough? Will it be enough? Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be super close. Annex joins the fray. We will get our Pyromancer back, though, after this Crowan War goes away. Opponent gets and hits us. We will chump. Attacking with this Rielle isn't great, though. Well, I guess it's not the end of the world, is it? Huh. Like, we're going to lose it, which isn't good. Is there any way? Huh. So we could, like, Thrill of Possibility. The question is, how much do we care about keeping Rielle alive? Thrill of Possibility plus Blitz of the Thunder Raptor Annex keeps Rielle alive. Or we can just Pyromancer pass. Alright, let's Thrill a Possibility. Discard Neutralize. Make a dork, draw some cards. Then we can Blitz the Annex. Play the... Actually, maybe we gotta hold on to that. Go to combat. We have to attack. I mean, I guess we're gonna lose Rielle to this Crowan War anyway. Because of that. Yeah, we got another one, so that's fine. I mean, it still worked out. Another Annex. Opponent. Fervent Champion. Sure. Goes attacking. They do get to steal a card with Robber. See what they hit. Pyromancer could be good. Well, we will block and block. Drop to 15. Ooh. I think we gotta start killing things. The question is, how do we do it? Well, let's play Pyromancer. Opt. Keep Frantic Inventory. Get some triggers. Shoot down Annex. Shoot down Robber of the Rich. Play a Fury past the turn. No attacks. Opponent, another Field of Ruin, sure. Stomps on our token, sure. Another Phoenix of Ash, sure. We block and we block. We drop to 9. Ooh, gotta stay alive, so we can shoot down the 2 Phoenixes. Play Rielle. Cathartic Reunion, discard. Draw some cards. Shoot down a Phoenix of Ash. Shoot down a Phoenix of Ash. Draw some more cards. We would like an untap land. Ew. Whoa! We don't need the untap land. Pyromancer's Rielle's too good, and opponent scoops it up. And that was before we get to go down counter spells, go up, Shock, Storm's Wrath. I mean, that went super well. Super duper excellently well. Maybe another Shock? Shocks and Storm Wraths. What do we go down is the question. Go down 1 Experimental Overload. And, kind of want to keep the Blitzes to kill Annexes, Exile Annexes. I guess just 1 Cathartic Reunion. Run it like that. I mean, that went surprisingly well. Opponent didn't even have, like, a bad hand. They had a pretty good mono red curve. Pyromancer's just too good. The scary part now is our opponent's on the play, which is going to make Pyromancer a lot... Ooh. You know what? We're keeping this. We gotta trust that we hit a blue source, or actually really any land for this thrill. But we can shock like a Robber of the Rich, assuming we hit a land. Okay, Swiftwater Cliffs, yes please. This does mean we might get doinked by a Robber of the Rich here. Or not, that's even better. Play a land and... Well, I guess since we're hitting our lands, we might as well get down Improbable Alliance, pass the turn. I expect our opponent probably has some ways of killing our stuff now. Gets and hits us, sure. Well, that token's gonna hurt a bit. Well, let's opt. Swiftwater Cliffs. Alright, we'll keep it. Make a token, Swiftwater Cliffs. Play Swiftwater Cliffs. Pass the turn, leave up our shock. Phoenix of Ash. Well, shock this Relic Robber. Opponent gets in, we block. Take one, unfortunately. How do we get... We're gonna have to shock that at some point. That's awkward. We'll play a land. Play... Play Pyromancer. Boom. Take 0. Let's see if they can kill a Pyromancer now. I expect they have, like, Thundering Rebukes or something. Yeah, alright. There's a Thundering Rebuke. Opponent gets and hits us. Can we draw a land? We get pinged. Yeah. Opt. Well, that works. Ironcrake Pyromancer. Opt. Opt to the bottom. Make a token. Shoot the Phoenix. Play a Fling. And pass the turn. Well, now we just want a Rielle, really. Alright, Torbrand. Well, we get pinged. Now, let's Cathartic Reunion. Discard, discard. Hit our opponent. Make a token. Play the land. Play Improbable Alliance. Pass the turn. Well, this is a big thrill of possibility. We really need to thrill into... something. Alright. Let's... Actually, do we wait? If we wait, this Torbrand hits us. You know what? Let's do it. Thrill possibility. Discard Experimental Overload. Make some tokens. Well, there's Rielle. Nothing to do with it at the moment, unfortunately. Hit the Torbrand. We lose our Pyromancer. Opponent passes. We get pinged. Come on, removal spell. Well, let's Frantic Inventory. Make a couple tokens. Ugh, just a land. Alright. Play Rielle. Swiftwater Cliffs. Yeah, opponent has more removal. Well, alright. Hit ya. So we're gonna need to hit more card draw. That is where we're at the moment. We need some card draw. I guess worst case, we can loot with this Improbable Alliance. The problem is, Torbrand Embercleave is going to be an issue. We would like to find a way to kill this Torbrand. If we can kill the Torbrand, I'll feel much better. Opponent's been able to kill a lot of our creatures. Okay. Not the best at Crow and War, but sure. I guess it can kill all of our tokens eventually. Opponent gets in. We will chump. Get pinged. Draw. Card draw. Well, that's not card draw. So we will loot. Oh, Blitz is nice. That's very nice. Discard the island. Make a couple tokens. Pathway on blue. Get in with our tokens. And this is pretty good protection from getting janked out. And it kind of gets us around this Crow and War. Like, sure, we're going to lose a bunch of tokens. But no, I don't think that kills us. Opponent. Gets back the Phoenix of Ash. Goes to combat. Now let's kill Torbrand. Block Phoenix of Ash. Get pinged. Well, go to combat. Attack with everything. Improbable Alliance. Loot. Discard. Make some tokens. Well, so we lose some tokens. Us is really close. Another Torbrand. Opponent gets in. Well, we will block. Get pinged. Whiff. Loot. Discard. The pathway. Make some tokens. Hit ya. Well, do we get cleaved out? If not, we should have the win next turn. Land for our opponent. Is cleave even enough? Well, we block. And block. Oh, we do not get cleaved. Okay. Wow, the worst fling for the win? Oh no! Oh no. Okay, that does make it worse. I do like Frantic Inventory, though. Well, let's... Improbable Alliance, loot. Discard Kazuul's Fury. Make some tokens. Go to combat. Hit ya. Oh, jeez, we gotta fade one more turn. Opponent. Sure. Okay, we're not getting cleaved. We're not getting cleaved. Without a cleave, we're fine. Because we need to make 3 more tokens here, and that's gonna do it. Wow. They always have the cleave except this time. Frantic inventory, draw some cards, make some tokens, block, block, and block. Stay at 10, get pinged, go to combat, attack ya, kill ya. Whoo! That went pretty well. Okay. The power of your opponent not drawing Embercleave. I mean, Arnak did well too, but it would have been a lot sketchier if our opponent top decked Embercleave there. Well, all right. Rielle, doing some work. Sweet, sweet. All right. Budget magic time. We are Rielling in standard. In this hand, we got Experimental Overload, I guess, is our main payoff. We have lots of card draws, so we should be able to find a Pyromancer or Rielle or something, hopefully. What if our opponent's Bogglesing? How bad is that for... Oh. Okay, it's Rogues. Payoff? New. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. Ruin Crab to begin the millening. And a Swamp. Yup. Opponent passes. Well, let's opt. Alright, we'll keep Improbable Alliance. That's one of the cards we wanted most, actually. Play Improbable Alliance. Play an Island. Alright, so this gives us some hope at least. Unfortunately, we're getting brutally milled here. Yeah, this might be a tough matchup. We'll see. Opponent mills us. I mean, I guess the good news is they are going to fill our graveyard for some of our payoffs, which is nice. Well, let's opt. Make a token. Land to the bottom, for sure. Oh, Rielle. Rielle. We would love to get Rielle down, but I don't know how practical that is at the moment. Let's play a Mountain and pass. And leave up Blitz and Frantic Inventory. Opponent, more lands, more milling. Yeah. Goes to combat. 37 cards. Do we want to blitz the Thieves Guild Enforcer? Yeah, let's blitz it. Alright, opponent, counterspell 1. Hits us. Well, Frantic Inventory, draw a card. Play the Island to go to combat. Attack. Yeah, let's just pass. Opponent, Fabled Passage, double mill. Ugh. Oh, we might just, like, actually literally get milled out here. Opponent goes to combat, gets and hits us. No blocks. Well, Frantic Inventory. Alright, we get to draw some cards. Untap. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Down to 17. Well, let's blitz the crab. What we'd really like to resolve, I think, is this overload. Ooh, opponent has Into the Story. Interesting. So opponent draws a bunch of cards. Huh. Alright, we'll see what happens. Mills us some more. Well, we kill the crab finally. Pathway on red. Experimental Overload. Getting back. Huh. How do we win this game? What is our game plan? Let's go neutralize. Opponent, more Thieves Guilds, more mills. So what we need, and I don't know if it's going to be possible, but the way... Oh no, another one. That's super awkward. That is a ridiculous amount of milling. So our way to win this game is resolving Rielle and flinging it. And also not getting milled out right this second, which might be happening with all these Thieves Guild Enforcers. Bloodchief's Thirst. Well, okay. I mean, this is going to be the moment of truth. Opponent hits us to 6. Tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out. Tap land. Well, play Rielle. Pass the turn. Oh, boy. Okay, cast something. Cast something. Tap down. No tapping down. All right. Well. Oh, we will see. We will see. Opponent. Well, I mean, this is it. Do they have a counter? Wait, let's do this one more time. Yeah. All right. Target you. Sack you. Come on. No counter. No counter. No counter. We wanted to wait till our upkeep so that we could have neutralized too, but all right. Opponent's got the counter. And I assume this is game. Yeah, I don't think we can draw anything that changes it. Oh, that was so close. Opponent sacks to draw a card. Oh, that was so close. Oh, I thought we had a chance. Opponent. The problem is I don't think we can live 2 more turns. 7 cards. Well, we will... So we need a block. Oh, we're at 3. Play Augur. Discard and discard. Make a token. Pass the turn. The problem is we're dead to any rogue. Do we have a Kazuul's... Okay. Yeah. Do we have a Kazuul's Fury left? Opponent. Mills us. Goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Thrill a possibility. Discard Iron Crag. We do not have a Kazuul's Fury. And we are dead. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, was that close. Well, I guess the good news is we can bring in... Oh, what do we bring in? Oh, I wanted that one. I really wanted that one. We honestly might not change much. I guess Mystical Disputes in. Go down a couple of Cathartic Reunions because I'm getting countered as brutal. Run it like that. Oh, we had the 20 power Fling. But we are against rogues, which means infinite counter spells, of course. We might have misplayed there at the end. It wouldn't have mattered, but maybe we should have held on to... Oh dear. Whatever the experiment card is. I don't know why I can't think of the name. We just discarded it. To try to get back at Kazuul's Fury, but the way it played out, it wouldn't actually made a difference. Ugh. Well, alright, we'll keep. Card draw, no payoffs yet. So, I mean, probably the easiest way for us to win is to... Alright, Wind Robber. I'll play the land, Thrill a Possibility, discard Swiftwater Cliffs. Getting on a Probable Alliance would help. Alright, Ruin Crab. Well, here comes the Millening. Scryland mills us. Yeah, there goes Experimental Overload. And Rielle. To the bottom. Opponent gets an Izzet. Mills us. Well, Improbable Alliance. Island. Opt. Land to the bottom. Make a token. Opponent. Oh boy. There's a fetch land to double up the milling. Opponent passes. So many things we'd love to resolve here. Well, go to combat. Attack. Actually, no attack. Play a Pyromancer. Resolves for the moment. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks mills. Ugh, another Rielle down. That's unfortunate. Tap land, mills. There goes most of our counters. Opponent passes. Well, Pathway on red. Blitz the crab. Wow, sacks to draw a card. Was not expecting that. Alright, crab down. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent takes it. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Alright, opponent doesn't do anything. Cathartic Reunion is risky. Since if it gets countered, we wrath our hand. Rielle gets around that, but I don't know if we can find a Rielle. Opponent passing. Going to kill the Pyromancer. Okay. Well, let's opt. Keep Frantic Inventory. Draw a card. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Hell, go. Fairies. Wow, opponent's going to get Luris. Interesting. Fetch land. Passing. Well, cast a Frantic Inventory. Untap. Go to combat. Attack ya. Frantic Inventory. Play a Fury. And pass the turn. Opponent's down to 16. We are going to have to deal with this Luris. Opponent plays a land. Luris. Okay. Wind Robber returns. Well, Blitz Luris. Alright, opponent counters. But we get to Iron Crag Pyromancer. Cathartic Reunion. Discard. Draw some cards. Make a dork. Kill the Luris. Play the land. Improbable Alliance number 2. I mean, the question is, can we kill our opponent before we get milled out? And I'm not sure the answer. Opponent blocks sacks. Drops to 14. We have 23 cards in our library, but it untaps. Well, we passed the Lurus test for now. Another Fabled Passage into the story to refuel. Oh, goodness, they drew it. Okay. Ruin Crab off the top is a lot more mill. I mean, they did just draw 4 for 4, so that is why that happened. So they get to crack, they get to crack. They get to mill us down to 17 cards. Yeah. Opponent passes. Well, we will loot. Discard Swiftwater Cliffs. Shoot down the crab. Make some tokens. Play the land. Go attacking. Ugh. If they have a bunch of Thieves Guild Enforcers, our opponent has a Soaring Thought Thief. Blocks, drops to 10. Well, we untap. Opponent's got a handful of goodies. Now, let's see what they got. We're mostly scared of mill. Like, our opponent's board isn't a problem. These Improbable Alliances are going to be able to deal with the creatures. The issue is our library is getting pretty low. Low enough that we could just get milled out. All right, there's a Thieves Guild Enforcer that is on the list of cards we didn't want to see. Mills. And a Wind Robber. Mills. Oh, if we could resolve things. That's the issue. Like, if it wasn't for the counters, we could Experimental Overload, get back to Kazuul's Fury, and get the Fling win, but our opponent having more counters is a pretty safe bet. Oh my god, they tapped down. Okay, just kidding. Got him! I think we got him. Opponent, oh no. I guess they could have Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute would still beat us. Okay, we got it, I think. 8 cards in our deck, yes. All right, well, we found a way. We get milled, sure. Opponent goes to combat. I mean, we got the Overload combo kill. Our opponent's milling actually ends up being somewhat beneficial. Opponent gets in, mills us down to 4 cards in our library, sure. And we'll just take it. I mean, yeah. But we get to untap, play the land, Experimental Overload for Kazuul's Fury. Get a 26/26 and throw it at your face. It's the weird win, but it's a win. Oh, we were so close to doing that game 1 too. All right, can we find a way? Can we find a way to overcome rogues one more time? Oh, what do we want to change, if anything? So we got the disputes. Those are helpful. Overload's sweet with Kazuul's Fury, especially against a deck that's milling us. All right, you go down one more Cathartic Reunion for a shock. And maybe we got to go down a Rielle in this matchup. Yeah, go down Rielle, 1 Rielle for a shock. And, is Neutralize worth it? Let's try it like that. This is definitely a challenging matchup. But we have seen the way we could potentially win, almost exclusively thanks to the Kazuul's Fury plan. Opponent's on the play for game number 3. Well, we'll keep this. Pyromancer is sweet. And if we can just play enough of them, maybe our opponent can't counter/kill them all. Opponent, Island. We getting crabbed already? Wind Robber. Well, at least it's not a crab. Well, Pathway on red. And do we just want to kill this? Yeah, let's just kill it. Kill the Wind Robber. Opponent. We don't want our graveyard being filled if we can help it. Ooh, they kept a 1-lander. All right, well, Swiftwater Cliffs, go. Come on, no land. No land. We want this Pyromancer. Opponent gets in, hits us, mills us. No land. All right. Pyromancer. 1. Ruin Crab. And an Island. Well, this is fine because we're going to mow down our opponent's board here. Opponent hits us. Sure. However, we got 2 Pyromancers. Play the land. Pyromancer 2. Opt. Whoa! Okay, opponent had the right card. It was a Mystical Dispute. Another Ruin Crab. Do they top deck another land? 3 Ruin Crabs, okay. Oh my god! And they top deck the fetch land? Oh no. Oh no! Our opponent is running miraculously here. Opponent gets in and hits us. Well, we need a card draw spell. It's a Pathway. Now, this is a bummer, but Cycle. Oh my goodness. Oh no! And it's land number 40. Well, kill stuff. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Our opponent got paid off Big time for a very sketchy keep. Yeah, opponent mills 9 more. Well, play the land. We are not getting paid off big time. We are flooding out. Opponent. Oh my god. Wow. Oh boy. Well, that looks like the game. That was insane. That was like just straight up insane running for our opponent. Well, cycle neutralize. Not that it really does anything. Kill a crab. Opponent mills us. Well, if we have... So we're going to be down to basically no cards in our deck. We do have a Kazuul's Fury. Opponent mills us. Mills us. We kill the crab. Play an island. Pass the turn. No attacks. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Alright, last card is a Thieves Guild Enforcer to mill us. Well, upkeep. Frantic Inventory. Oh god. No. Not like this. Oh no. Alright, opponent draws. Oh. Well, come on. Something flingable. Opponent attacks. No blocks. Wow, we drew all lands. We drew 4 and they were every single one were a land. Thankfully some of them are flings, but we got nothing to fling. Opponent. Well, what's left in our deck that we can draw? Do we have Rielle's left? Blitz. Wait, no. 1 Rielle. Oh, so there is a Rielle left, but we can't draw it? Oh no. Yeah, I think that's gonna probably do it. So, play a tap land. Pass the turn. I mean, if our opponent has a land, they can lure us, Ruin Crab, land, mill us out. Rielle is one of these 2 cards, but wow. So we had a 33, even after all this unluckiness, we had a 33% chance, or even more counting some of our other cards, to just win the game, but we, didn't hit it. Oh my goodness, this match. Opponent. Lurus. I mean, if they just have Lurus, Crab, land, like, and they had to win the whole time. Okay, if they have the land and they're just slow rolling this, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. Oh, come on, opponent. Really? Oh, my God. Yeah, there's the Rielle, and that's the game. Oh, and they oh, my goodness. And they good game us. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, arena players. Oh, so opponent, just to recap that. Opponent kept 1 land. They got rewarded by drawing not just lands, but fetch lands. Meanwhile, our draw 4 was all lands when we had a Rielle for lethal left in our deck. And then on the last turn, our opponent has Lurus Crab land, and they slow roll it to the maximum, and then good game us. Oh. Well, I guess next time. All right, budget magic time. We are Rielling in Standard, and... well, we'll try this. We got the Rielles. We're missing our blue mana, but we have a lot of it in our deck, so hopefully it shows up. Opponent, Forest, and Lovestruck Beast. Play the land. Thrill a possibility. Actually, you know what? Let's Cathartic Reunion. Discard. Discard. Okay, so we found a blue source. Well, let's see if Rielle sticks around. Opponent. Plays a mountain. Gets and hits us. Well, pathway. Rielle. Go. Oh, come on, no removal. No removal. Opponent probably has Bone Crusher in hand. I don't know. Doesn't seem worth it just to hit our face, but... alright, Bone Crusher is in hand. Hits our face. Opponent. Forest. Ooh, they have the removal spell. All right. Fire Prophecy. Yeah. And an Innkeeper. Not ideal. Gets and hits us. Well, play Rielle. Play a land past the turn. Would love to just draw a land. Like, we can draw a lot of cards, but we'd love to draw a land so we could Ironcrag Pyromancer first and shoot down this Innkeeper. That would be the best outcome here. Opponent. Pathway. Lovestruck Beast draws a card. Well, okay. Untap land for... no untap land. So, well, in that case, we will Cathartic Reunion. Discard, discard. Draw... Wow, okay. Play the land. Yeah, I guess we just gotta pass. Awkward. Awkward. Opponent has a land and a mammoth. Okay. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we're taking 5 this turn. Down to 11. Thrill of possibility. Discard Thrill of possibility. Draw some cards. Ooh, there's a Pyromancer. Huh. Can we afford to play it? The problem is we gotta make sure we don't die this turn. Alright, so I think what we do is blitz the Lovestruck Beast. Island. Experimental Frenzy. Get back blitz. Make a 7/7. Pass the turn. Okay. That gives us some defense in case they do have Embercleave. Put it. It's a Great Henge. Okay, Great Henge is not something we were hoping for. Bone Crusher. Well, let's see if we can get the Fling kill, maybe. Opponent passes. I'll play Pyromancer. Play Cathartic Reunion. Discard. Draw 5. Uh-oh. Oh, if we don't hit an untap land, this could be a disaster. Okay, we hit an untap land. Pathway on red. Hit ya. Well, still worried about this Great Henge going off, but we got a pretty nice little setup here. Opponent's gonna chump. Okay. Yeah, untap. And let's see what our opponent can do. Land. And combat. Attacks. Okay. There's the cleave, so we will just blitz Bone Crusher. Opponent can put out the Innkeeper, that's fine. Well, opponent's had the 2 Eldorate artifacts. So far, we are surviving them. Opponent passes with another blitz. So, can we win this turn? I don't think so. Oh, play Swiftwater Cliffs. Thrill of possibility. Discard Swiftwater Cliffs. Kill the Innkeeper. Go to combat. Hit ya. Oh, opponent goes to 8. We can win this turn. Just kidding. Math is for blockers, so we didn't do it. But we do have. Why won't you sack? Okay, we do have lethal. Fury your face, and opponent had Great Henge and Evercleave, but Rielle somehow overcame. Surprisingly, I would say. Well, opponent. 2 Thundering Rebukes in, 2 Soulseers in. Go down 1 Cathartic Reunion. Go down Kinetic Augur. I feel like we got to keep at least a couple of neutralizes. Getting a Great Henge is a big deal. Well, let's try it like that. We'll keep in 2. I mean, the deck can pour out some damage when things go well. Like, there was an example of it there where our opponent was at, 24? And we lethaled with 2 creatures and a Fling. When Rielle actually stays on the battlefield, Rielle is pretty strong. On the other hand, when Rielle dies, we can be left in a position where we're just spinning our wheels. All right, on to game 2 against Gruul. We are on the draw. Well, we'll keep this. Got payoffs for days. No card draw at the moment, but... Oh, it's Archer. Wait. Opponent chose to play last? Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone choose to play last before on Arena. I think that's literally the first time ever that I have seen someone... Wow. And our opponent's an aggro deck. That is crazy. Maybe it's a misclick. It's got to be a misclick. There's no way that this Gruul deck's strategy is to be on the draw. I would be amazed if that was the idea. Well, we will not complain. We will take it. Now we got the beard. And we will add a Pyromancer to the mix. Being on the play actually makes this matchup quite a bit easier, I think, for our opponent. So like now if our opponent plays a Mammoth, we can just kill it, and they don't get to Great Henge. Kill it while drawing cards, the best way to kill something. Ooh, Clothis. That's actually kind of good against us. Well, you know what? Let's play Rielle. And just pass it. We're just going to stack up our payoffs. Stack up the payoffs and go from there. Opponent going to eat a land to make a mana. We are going to fuel this Clothis for our opponent. Adds red. We would love for this Rielle to stick around for a turn. Yes, Clothis is annoying. Brushfire. And land to pump it. And come on, one turn with Rielle. Just one. Then you can kill it. I mean, hopefully you don't, but if you have to. Opponent, combat, attacks. Well, we can't block, so. Yeah, down to 17. About it. Yeah, Clothis is really good sideboard tech against us. Very good. Kind of feels like they got a fight spell. Alright, just Bone Crushes our face. Well, in that case, we will Cathartic Reunion. Discard and discard. Draw many cards. Shoot down Brushfire. Make a 1/1. Huh. Well, that's a little awkward. Play the tap land. Go attacking. Yeah, a little bit awkward that we hit a Swiftwater Glyphs. We would have liked to have been able to leave up this Blitz, but Wow, eats a Rebuke. Probably should eat the Frantic Inventory. That actually does something in the graveyard. Well, let's see what our opponent's got. Mountain and... I mean, if we get another turn with Rielle. Cast a Bone Crusher, sure. Whoa. Whoa, are we going to get another turn? No removal spell? Okay. Well, in that case... Well, that's Frantic Inventory. Well, we still have one in the graveyard. Draw some cards. Shoot down the Bone Crusher. Make a flyer. Island. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Leave up the neutralize. And this is going pretty well. This is going even through the Clothis eating our graveyard. This is going pretty well. Yeah. Wow, they have no interest in eating those Frantic Inventories for some reason. It seems like a very obvious choice to me, but I don't know. I don't know our opponent's hand. We are fine with having them in our graveyard. We already got a bonus card draw off of them. They are keeping our Rielle in check a bit. And this Clothis is a clock. Like, that is a concern. It will eventually kill us. Scavenging Ooze. Opponent has 2 green mana? Huh. Yeah, let's just counter it. And a Mammoth. That's fine. Because now we get to Cathartic Reunion. Discard Rielle. Discard Mountain. Draw a bunch of cards. Well, there's the rest of our Swiftwater Cliffs. Shoot down the Mammoth. Make a flyer. Play... We can't win this turn, right? This is 4. We could discard 6. 6, 12, 13, 14? Alright, so play Swiftwater Cliffs. Yeah, we can't quite win this turn. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 11. Discard Swiftwater Cliffs. But I mean, since we're able to leave up a counter here, it should be pretty tough for us to lose. Kind of impressive that our opponents had this Clothis to exile our graveyard. Starting on turn 3, and we're still okay. Opponent, did they finally eat a... Nope. They just refuse to eat those Frantic Inventories. Oh, I don't know why. Phoenix of Ash, sure, we're not going to spend our counter on that. Especially since if we don't have to counter, we get to thrill a possibility and shoot it down anyway. Opponent. Primal Might. Well, alright, so we just thrill a possibility. Discard a Pyromancer. Draw some cards. Make a flyer. Shoot down the Phoenix. Opt. Mountain to the bottom. Untap. 5. It's just lethal. Go to combat. Attack. Hit ya. And, finish it with a Fling. Kazuul's Fury. Rielle. And, gotcha. That was a pretty impressive performance. We beat Embercleave and the Great Hedge in game 1. In game 2, our opponent had the Clothis to exile her stuff, and it just didn't matter. Not good enough. Well, alright. Sweet. Somehow. We'll take it. So, what do we learn this week about Izzet Rielle in Standard? And we got Fling kills. We actually got many Kazuul's Fury skill. The plan worked really well. Like, yes, we lost some matches. That happens. Oh my god, that Rogues match. I want that one back. Oh my goodness, was that so close. So close against the Rogues. But really, the deck worked well. We got a lot of Rielle Fling kills. We got the super sweet Experimental Overload get back Kazuul's Fury kill. The draw 2 plan works really well in certain matchups. Against creature decks, Izzet Pyromancer and Improbable Alliance are really good. So I felt like the deck it was pretty good overall, especially for its cost of being just like super cheap everywhere. I feel like the deck is reasonably competitive. On the other hand, it can be a little bit slow sometimes. That is an issue where, especially if we lose the die roll, if we're playing like our Rielle on turn 3 or our Pyromancer on turn 3, we could be facing down a board, having our opponent untap and playing a Questing Beast and just like smashing us. So the deck does take a bit to get going, which can be an issue against certain aggro decks, which is kind of awkward considering we have a lot of cards that are good against aggro, like Pyromancer, and then we have even more removal in the sideboard. But overall, I think Izzet Rielle was good and really, really fun. So if you like flinging things at your opponent's face, but don't have a lot of wild cards to spend, I mean, I think this is a reasonable option to play in the format, and definitely a super fun one. You draw so many cards, do so many cool things, and then eventually 20 your opponent's face with the Fling. So that's Izzet Rielle. That's Better Budget Magic for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.